Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. The biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, Tour of Zwift Stage 4. Let me just type that in. Still haven't quite got my my settings organised on the titles here, but I'll get it eventually. You know. Not the end of the world. I'll sort it out. Right, here we go. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, there we are. Right, hope you're all okay. We have 30 seconds to go before the start of the run. It's only 6k. Having a nice, easy run. 10. What are we doing? 10 kph? 9 kph? I'm happy to do 10. That gets me in the house quicker out of the cold. So I'm going to go at 10, if that's all right with everybody. Just so it can be a bit quicker. Right, away we go then. So, hello Amanda, who is watching from the sofa. She did a mile sprint earlier on. Amanda, how did it go? Have you broken the 7-minute mile barrier? Sebastian says no pineapple on pizza tonight, please. Tina says well done Amanda on her mile. Treadmill fixed. Sebastian's treadmill is fixed. Fantastic. Hello Laurie. Hang on a second. Let me scroll down. I've missed that. Missed that chat from earlier on. Laurie Paulson. Getting ready for the run. My first time watching the live stream while doing the run. I won't be able to chat much and I'll be at the back of the group with my slow treadmill and sore legs. It's great to have you with us, Laurie. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. So, we've got Clive and Amanda and Tina, Sebastian, Laurie in the chat there. That's all I can see at the moment, I think. And there's loads of us in the run. And we are in London today. Oh, Victoria says she's here as well. And Amy. Victoria's supposed to be going for deep water workout tonight. Amanda did a 6-minute 30 mile. Brilliant. That is fantastic. That's a really good mile time. So 6 minutes 30 for Amanda. Leafon is here as well. Hello, Leafon. Good to have you with us. So yeah, great news that Sebastian's got his treadmill fixed. Clive has said, I've just realised that I'm supposed to be at my run club Christmas do at 7 o'clock. You've got half an hour to run this and then half an hour to get changed and go to your Christmas do. Having your Christmas do after Christmas is somewhat of an anticlimax though, I would have thought. Amy Green says well done to Amanda as well. Amy's managed to sign up for the direct run today, so she did this run earlier. The other day she thought she'd signed up to stage 4 and actually did stage 3 for about the 3rd time. So Amy, you should have run earlier and then run again tonight. That would have been 2 times you've run stage 4 and then you could just do stage 4 again tomorrow. That would have been 3 times. I thought you were supposed to do every run 3 times. I thought that was the law. Leafon woke up at 3 p.m. So he missed all the daylight hours. But was still good to get outside despite the darkness. And he did some inverted rows. So Leafon's been doing inverted rows today. Is that rowing upside down? Right, Sebastian says he's going for a sub 6-minute mile in 3 months' time. Yeah, we've planned all that. Right, Tina says, I hate to tell you this, but we don't get an unlock today either. It's stage 5 for the next unlock. That is bad news, isn't it? No unlock today. Or stage 4. That's annoying. Right, Sebastian and Clive are waffling on about pizza. Obviously, you've noted I've got my coat on. It's freezing again in here. The AGMT says 7.5 degrees, but it's definitely colder than that. So Amanda took 1 second off her mile personal best. Well done, Amanda. Fantastic. Laurie says, my legs are sad this morning. I cycled the Surrey Hills stage 4 last night. Well done, blimey. Laurie's been working hard. Amanda thinks under 6 minutes for a mile is a dream for her, or just a dream. Not necessarily. Amanda, if you can get under 6 minutes 30, you may well be able to get under 6 minutes. So it's a relatively short run through London today. We're doing Group B, which is the shorter version. So it's just under 6 kilometres. I remember that I'm supposed to be getting my Tour of Zwift kit in real life. However, it still hasn't arrived. And supposedly it is in the UK somewhere. But of course it's with Hermes, or Every as they're now known, who are the worst delivery company in the world. And I've had no updates from Hermes, from Every, for 5 days. So, 4 days. So, it's just sitting there doing nothing. I bet I'm going to get some kind of invoice for import duty or something in a minute. They can't release it until I've paid them 60 quid invoice import duty. That'll be what it is. Leafon says, is it safe to cycle with a sore back? Leafon, I am not the person to ask about that. I am not a medical professional. I don't know how sore your back is. I don't know what you've done to it. And I'm not a cycling expert either. So, best not to ask me. Right, Clive says, the only good thing about Every is that I've got a free pair of Speedgoat 5s. How did you manage that? Paul Hayward says, Sebastian will need a pacer for his 6-minute attempt. So I think Paul is calling on you, Amanda, to get up to speed to help Sebastian to get his sub 6 minute mile. So we've got Paul Deering with us as well. Hello, Paul. Jean van der Vold is there. Bassett is there as well. Nice to have you guys with us. Licorice All Sorts says there is only a 2-minute lag on YouTube. That's fantastic. Oh, that's John. John Vondervold says there's only a 2-minute lag on YouTube. Excellent. Amanda says she'll need a bucket if she attempts a 6-minute mile. Still don't feel the need to take my coat off. It has gone up to 8.5 degrees in here. But the windows are not yet steamed up. I really hope you didn't have to pay £60 for import duties on mince pies. That would not be good. Alright, okay, Tina Beard is challenging me now. I can see that's a face-off challenge, that is. Tina says, it's 8.5 degrees where she is. She has her coat off. Essentially saying, what the heck are you doing, Stephen, you wimp? Get your coat off. Okay. Paul Hayward had giant mince pies at work today. I made several trips to the staff room to have 6. What, 6 each time you went? Several trips to the staff room to have 6. And then another trip to the staff room to have another 6. Right, we're in the tunnel. If you are running the actual London Marathon, you've only got about 2.5 miles to go at this point. You'll be coming towards the end through this final tunnel, then you'll be on the embankment and you'll be passing the London Eye and then the Houses of Parliament with less than a mile to go. So this tunnel is very, very near the end of the London Marathon. No, this is not the Princess Diana Tunnel. That is in Paris, Clive. You lunatic. Here we go. Jeff Partridge is 8 degrees. That's positively tropical. Look, yeah, I've said this before. My thermometer, the Amy Green Memorial Thermometer, is just above the computer. So I think it gets a false reading because of the heat from the computer. It is definitely colder than 8 degrees in here. Anyway, Jeff, says Sebastian, how are you? How are you feeling? Right, coat's coming off. Yeah, see, I bet you didn't take your coat off on the spine, did you? See, look, I'm taking my coat off now. In these Arctic conditions, my coat is coming off. Amanda says you really should move the thermometer. Yes, I know. You're quite right. I totally should move the thermometer. But I haven't. Because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy, good-for-nothing live streamer who smells of sweat from under my jacket. Blimey. That's not good. I'm glad it isn't smelly vision. Do you remember when they were thinking that they could actually introduce smelly vision into people's homes? What a terrible idea that would have been. Right, 2 kilometres down, just under 4 kilometres to go. Jeff Partridge says, I am recovering, thanks. I probably won't run much until the next tests. And if you're wondering what that means, Jeff was taken to hospital for checkups after he was pulled out of the spine, and he has to go back to the doctor or the hospital for more tests in the coming days and weeks. So Jeff is not going to run until he's had the total all clear. Yeah, Tina says her thermometer is above the TV, so she's not sure that's accurate either. It says 9 degrees now in here, but I am definitely warming up now. We've been running for 13 minutes. We've covered just over 2 kilometres and we are now out on the embankment, passing the Oxo Tower, and we'll be rounding the corner. You can just see the London Eye in the distance there. This is the London Classic route. It's 5.5 degrees in the Cornish garage. Sebastian wants to know a bit more about your race, Jeff. I mean, I can only say the little bit that I know, so I don't know what you do know and what you don't know, Sebastian. So Jeff was running at a race called the Spine, 268-mile race. It goes along what's known as the spine of the UK, so it's the Pennine Way. It's a public trail, a national trail called the Pennine Way. and it's 268 miles long. You have 7 days to complete the race. It's a non-stop race, so you do sleep, but there's no official sleep break. You can't stop your watch and start it again. Once the watch has started, it doesn't stop until you cross the finish line, or until you DNF. So Jeff started and did 50 hours or so until he got into a checkpoint, and the medics took the decision to withdraw him from the race. So it wasn't Jeff's decision to finish, although it probably was the best decision. You've always got to rely on the expertise of the medics, and if they say you shouldn't continue, then you probably shouldn't continue. So Jeff was pulled from the race at about 50 hours in. How far had you got, Jeff? I don't know. The aid station that you stopped at, I can't remember. Was it Mardale? I can't remember where you got to. But 50 hours. So it's probably over 100 miles. Yeah, it was a medical decision, yes. Right, Clive has decided he's going to be fashionably late for his work Christmas party. Pause, okay. So Jeff was 108 miles in, and he made it to Hawes aid station, Hawes checkpoint, after 50 hours. So that does tell you, by the way, how tough the race is. Jeff's 100-mile PB is around 21 and a half hours. So Jeff can run 100 miles in 21 and a half hours. But on the spine, it took him 50 hours to get to 108 miles. That just shows you how tough the spine really is. We appreciate it, Clive. Apart from that time you dressed up in your birthday suit, thinking it was some kind of magic costume. We could all see your dangly bits, and it wasn't funny. Right, Tina, what is dog walking gear? Surely that's just your clothes. Amanda says, good effort, Jeff. I hope everything's okay with the tests. Yeah, and Jeff says he was around mid-pack, so Jeff wasn't even at the back. He was mid-pack in the spine. There are people a lot slower, taking a lot longer to do 100 miles. Leafon says, Jeff, thanks for the answer. So, we have about 2.5 kilometres left. Is it like your painting clothes? Substitute wet paint for muddy dog paws. I guess your dog walking clothes could be the same clothes that you use for painting. We could all save money and use the same clothes for painting and for dog walking. Oh right, no, Tina has a whole different set of clothes for painting. I might have known it. Yeah, I bet you have a whole different set of clothes for every daily activity. I bet you've got some gardening clothes as well, haven't you? Tina, do you have gardening clothes and cooking clothes as well? Question mark. She's also got some TV watching clothes. And you have more than one pair of each as well, don't you? So you have 2 sets of TV watching clothes, 2 sets of painting clothes. Of course I have gardening clothes, says Tina, but I don't cook. Yeah, but you can still have cooking clothes just in case. You never know what might happen. You might be forced into an emergency cooking situation and then have... What am I on about? I'll just shut up, Stephen. An emergency cooking situation. Has anyone ever faced an emergency cooking situation where they have required emergency cooking clothes? Anthony Anderson says, good evening all. Well done, Jeff. Good effort. Tina's about to fall off a treadmill. Do you have falling off your treadmill clothes, Tina? Right, Clive had an emergency cooking session on New Year's Eve, apparently. Yeah, Tina says, now you're just being silly. Yes, I know. I have a penchant for being silly. I don't know why. It's just something I inherited from my father. Silliness, Monty Python, and the Goon shows. It's in my blood. Oh, right. No, right, hang on a minute. Clive has managed to combine emergency cooking and emergency cooking clothes into actual emergency cooking of clothes. Yes, Leafon is absolutely right. Leafon says, for me, emergency cooking is when I'm hungry, but there's nothing to eat. Yes, totally agree with that. There's no end to Clive's talent. Cooking clothes to make a Michael Jackson costume, apparently. Oh, Tina, you've let me down. Tina doesn't have planking clothes. Tina, my planking clothes are the same as my pyjamas. My sleeping clothes. My planking clothes are the same as my sleeping clothes, commonly referred to as pyjamas. Yes, no photo of last night, hence no photo of last night because she was wearing pyjamas. Hang on, yeah, but I did a video of me in my pyjamas. What's that all about? Right, we are almost at the 2 kilometres to go, less than 2 kilometres, and I've only just realised that I don't have camera angles working. Oh yeah, camera angles are not even on. I've got to sort this out. This is no good, is it? Right, I think camera angles are now on. Jason Mitchell, he says, hi Stephen and all. How are you, Jason? Nice to hear from you. Leafon wants to know how to enter the planking club. It's free entry. All you have to do is a plank at 9 p.m. So I'm bound to forget tonight. Clive won't be doing it tonight because he's going to be at a Christmas party. Tina does her planking with straight arms, which is just the silly Pilates way of doing planking. Planking with bent arms on your elbows, surely. Come on, this is madness. Jason Mitchell is gearing up for ARC weekend. Yeah, I have spent the entire day making ARC videos, prepping people. So I'll be releasing, hopefully, maybe later on tonight, if not tomorrow, I'll be releasing a massive long video of the Arc of Attrition route. I've been to almost every significant point on the Arc of Attrition 100-mile route and made a little video about each section. So it's going to be a massive long video, might even be about 2 hours. But you can pick and choose, if you are doing the Arc, you can pick and choose which sections of the video you want to watch. Plank on the dinner table? Yeah, but now if you're going to plank on the dinner table, do you wear your planking clothes or your dinner clothes? Amanda says, emergency cooking? Just order takeout. Yeah, I see that. I guess that's an emergency response, isn't it? But what if it's 3 a.m? You know, emergency cooking at 3 a.m. You can't order takeout then, can you? I suppose you could go for a kebab after the clubs have closed. Or I used to go for KFC. Back in the day, when I used to go clubbing every Saturday night, come out of the club at 2:30, straight to KFC for a Zinger burger. Jeff Partridge is going to escape, have another day off from work and escape down to Cornwall next weekend for the Arc of Attrition to do some Arc of Attrition spectating. Yeah, you should come down. Come down and join us on Friday and Saturday, Jeff. Come and have a bit of fun down on the coast path. I'll be there from Thursday night until Sunday morning. We will be working for Mud Crew for the whole of the Arc of Attrition, starting with registration on Thursday and finishing with the prize giving on Sunday morning. Yeah, that's all you have to do, Leafon. All you have to do to be in the plank club is do a plank and tell us you've done it. We believe you. We would believe you even if there was no record of it. Oh, Paul, careful, Victoria might be watching this. Oh, actually, no, she won't be. She'll be in the water. Victoria is doing deep water workout and it starts at 6:30, which is now. So we can say anything we like about Victoria. She won't hear us. She's in the water. So talk about vans all you like. I don't care. I don't care about vans because I know we can't afford it. So any talk of vans, it just goes above my head. I'm not interested. I know I'll never get the ultra running van that I want because that would be about 40 grand. We can't afford to spend 40 grand on an ultra running van, so it's literally not even in my vocab. But Victoria, it's still in her heart. She can't get rid of the idea of wanting and having an ultra running van. No, it's honestly, Jeff, It doesn't bother me in the slightest, but it does bother Victoria. Right, we're coming up to 5k done. Less than a kilometre to go now. And we'll be done for stage 4. There's no unlock though, no exciting goodies. Mikhail Georgi has completed his weekly distance. Well done, Mikhail. Let's go and try and drop some ride-ons on some people. There's Paul Deering. Well done, Paul. Leclerc. Well done, Leclerc. Kenneth Scramstad. Well done to you. Is that Lizette? Not sure. Let's just go up through all the people. Angus. And we're nearly done. Just a few hundred metres left to go up the Mall. Finish line on the Mall. Bramby. And Falconer is the last one we're going to get, and then we can drop back down again here. Boulogne there, well done. Oh, Clive's already had one from me. Has Jean? No, let's do Jean. There we go. Routry. Loads of people in stage 4 tonight. Worth from the USA, Linson from Canada. Weinstein, there's Tina. Well done, Tina. Kavicic. And Paul Hayward. Well done, guys. Mills. Right, what are you talking about here? A lot of water on that course. Oh, Amanda got a van and they converted it themselves. And then Jeff Partridge says, yeah, Amanda, the problem is that Stephen is useless and wouldn't have a clue where to start. Yes, exactly. But Amanda says YouTube is great for that. Finding information about how to convert your van into a luxury ultra running van. Yeah, not only would I not really know where to start, I don't think I would be able to make the time to do it. There's so much other stuff. Every day of mine, I have no free time. There's always something that I have to do. Sometimes I just force myself to lie on the sofa and do nothing. Actually, no, I rarely do that, but I suppose in the evening I do. There's Laurie Paulson. Well done, Laurie. Good job. Thanks for joining today, everyone. And there's Brown. That's the last one, I think. So we can go back as we run up the mile to the finish line with 200 metres to go. Sebastian says, check your heart rate. 120, it's not too bad. Relatively comfortable, but I'm talking a lot, so... Jeff Partridge says, you haven't even got a real job. Perfect for van converting. I know, but I just always seem to have... If I haven't got a video to edit, and I haven't got a live stream to prepare for, I've got a blog post to write, and then, or there's just all the usual attempting to keep the house tidy, which I totally fail at all the time, or looking after the kids or doing something with the children. And that's before me and Victoria have even had a chance to go out. Yeah, Amanda says excuses. Yeah, I know. The thing is, we all know, if you really want to do something in life, you will find the time. If it's that important to you, you'll find the time. True about everything. And we are done. That's it. 5.6 kilometres of the Tour of Zwift Stage 4. We are done. Good work. All right. Sebastian says my heart rate has had some blackouts. I can see one dip there. Yeah, I can definitely see a dip in my heart rate from a few hundred metres ago. Yes, Clive, have a good Christmas bash. Do you know what? I think I remember the running club or one of my old jobs. We had our Christmas meal after Christmas. So well done, Clive, and Clive is running off now to his Christmas do for work. Clive says, thank you, Stephen. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you again next time. Amy says, well done, all. So thank you, Amy. She says, see you tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for the Paris Marathon training sessions at 6 p.m. I've got a long day of running tomorrow, so I've got park run in the morning. Then I've got a cross-country race at 6 p.m. If I can persuade Victoria, if I'm really tired, I will get Victoria to do the Paris Marathon run, and I'll have the evening off, or I'll just come in and chat, because it might be that after park run and the cross country tomorrow I am shattered, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, Amy says hopefully see you tomorrow. Amanda says well done, everyone. See you next time. Tina says thanks, guys. Jeff says missing run with you, and I'll be back soon. Have a good weekend, team. Yeah, whatever you're doing this weekend, guys, have a great time. Enjoy your weekend. It is supposed to be nice and sunny, if cold, down here in the south. So I hope it's sunny where you are. Hope you have a nice, relaxing weekend, not doing anything too strenuous. Get out for a run if you can, or we'll see you for the Paris Marathon training sessions tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. UK time. And then we will see you again on Monday with Clive for the MHG run and the community run at 6 p.m. And I'll be back on Tuesday with the Film My Run 500. See you all then. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.